A picture is said to be worth 1,000 words. But what happens when something in the picture can't be explained? In late May 1964, amateur photographer Jim Templeton, his wife and 2 daughters were on a walk across Brough Marsh, overlooking the Solway Firth in Cumbria. One of his daughters, Elizabeth, posed for a picture in her new dress. What appeared in the background has remained a mystery for more than 50 years.
So we went out on the normal outing and picked our spot, sat down, and I said, "Now, I'll take some photographs of you with the new dress on." Never expecting this to happen.
When Jim collected his newly developed photographs from the chemist, in one of them, a mysterious figure had appeared looming behind his daughter. They were wearing what appeared to be a silver suit and helmet. Jim took the photograph to his local newspaper. The One Show has tracked down the chief photographer from the Cumberland News at the time.
It was hard to take it in at first because there were 3 of us looking at it and all trying to look at this print. We all thought that it looked like a spaceman.
So you went with Solway Spaceman. That's the front page of your paper on Friday the 12th of June.
Yes, that was after the negative had been examined by Kodak. Kodak said that the negative was exactly as it had gone through the camera, and whatever was on the negative was there.
But it wasn't just the press showing interest in Templeton's photograph. Steve Matthews was one of Jim Templeton's friends and has information that suggests the government may have become involved.
Well, Jim always told a story of the men from the ministry. One day, 2 men turned up. They were in a brand new black Jaguar. They were dressed completely in black. They told him to come with him. They drove out to the spot on Brough Marsh. They looked at it. They asked a question or 2. They always referred to each other as number 9 and number 11. And then, amazingly, they left him, drove away, and he had to walk back 10 miles. He was convinced that they were the men from the ministry. They'd stumbled across something that was a real secret.
But could there be another explanation for the mystery figure?
That's the question. Who is he? Where's he from? Those are the 2 questions we want answered.
Could the solution be hidden in plain sight? Another picture was found on that same roll of film. In it, Templeton's wife Annie is wearing a light blue dress. Could she have accidentally walked into shot, appearing overexposed in the background? I'm heading to Brough Marsh to investigate. I've been joined by photographers Paul Cords and Jonathan Keyes. They'll attempt to recreate the photo, but first we need to find the exact spot at which it was taken. Now I'm just going to read out what Jim wrote in the local paper, or was quoted as saying. He says, "You look straight across to Chapel Cross Atomic Energy Station," which is there, "and if you turn your head and shoulders to the left, you look straight at the VLF station at Anthorn." That's it, isn't it? That's dead sort of 90 degrees from there. It looks like the horizon's sloping slightly, but actually it could just be that bank getting slightly further away from us, couldn't it?
Yeah, it's just a rise in the bank, I think. It makes it likely that, whoever's standing behind the girl is probably looking out across the water.
Spot pinpointed, we match our camera settings to Jim's.
Now the lens, he says, the lens was stopped down to f/16.
Yes, he says in the paper it's f/16. What does that mean?
Now f/16 means that there's only a very small hole in the centre of the lens.
So it's a bright day like today, so he closes it down to a very small hole.
Just to let enough light in.
What would that do?
Well, when you look through the viewfinder now, it's very dark.
Oh, wow.
So he's focused on the girl's face,
yeah,
and he's not seeing what's going on in the background.
We've a mother and daughter, Wendy and Louise, standing in for Annie and Elizabeth. That's it. Look at this camera. Can we solve a 50-year-old mystery? So here is our attempt to recreate the phenomenon of the Solway Spaceman. Proof enough? You decide.